Good morning. It takes consistency to stay committed to your plan, and that's really what we've been discussing throughout the month of October. So, we're not only staying committed, but we're talking about various ways of being able to stay committed. And this week, we also discussed the idea of staying in your lane. And what I mean is, kind of the analogy of distracted driving. You know, if you're driving along and you are looking at the other drivers, you're fidgeting with a phone, these are all dangerous things and they dilute your efforts and they dilute the safety of your driving. Distracted dieting is the same thing. We live in this information highway and we might be distracted by other people's progress, having that comparing disease. We may also be distracted by just all the nutrition information that's coming out there. So one of the things that can help us stay committed, staying in our lane, is the idea of being confident that your approach is the best for you. Because what can happen otherwise is you can wind up going, on and off diets every time a new fad diet hits the market. So we really, really want to be confident so that we're not swayed by all the information out there. I know for me, that happened for 20 years. I was constantly on and off fad diets, and it was really frustrating. So I really, really encourage clients to think about the approach that works best for them. So let me take a moment and introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. I'm Stacy Portugal. I am a concierge weight loss coach, and I help women over 40 curb those cravings, conquer the bloat, and get the results that they deserve. So let's kind of think about what might, prohibit us from staying on our path. One of the things is going to be that we don't really quite have confidence in the approach that we're taking. And so we're constantly moving back and forth between dieting programs, fad diets, we hear the latest this, the latest that, maybe it's food sensitivities, maybe I need to stop with gluten, maybe, whatever the latest, greatest news that comes out is. Or maybe your friend lost weight by doing supplemental shakes and you're like, oh, I got to try that. So consistency is the thing that's going to get you to go. And there's really no magic in doing this. That's the truth. So if you're going to think about how can I stay consistent, one of those things is the idea of feeling confident that your plan is the best approach for you. So what makes a plan good for you? And guys, if you're watching this replay or if you're watching this live, let me know what stands in the way from feeling confident that your approach is the best for you. I would really love for you to just type in the comments. Let's start a conversation. What tends to throw us off track when we're on a plan and it may be working, but all of a sudden you get distracted by something else? Type in the comments. Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what throws you off track. So how can you be confident that your program is working for you? Well, the first thing you should be thinking about is, are you getting results? And how long has it been? Have you given it a fair shot? So if you're getting the results, healthy weight loss is about 1/2 pound to 2 pounds per week on average. If you're getting results, then you should feel confident that this is the right plan for you. So that's one thing to consider. Any program that is making like crazy unrealistic claims is probably not worth considering, because either it's just a fad diet and you're going to be white knuckling it, and it's not going to be sustainable, or it's just unhealthy. And so you wouldn't want to be doing something like that. Maybe it's full of processed foods. Okay, so the first thing is, are you getting results? The second thing I like to ask my clients is, what has worked for you in the past? What has worked in terms of results? Why else was it a good choice for you, that particular program? Because the best thing you can do is to design a program that's going to be the best for you. So what has worked in the past? Are you getting results from your current program? Is it sustainable and realistic? Can you live with this for however long you feel it will take to get to goal, but also beyond goal? Because if you're doing things like an elimination diet is a really, really great example of people who do extreme things thinking it's just going to get them to goal, and they eliminate foods and then poof, they just add them all back just overnight. That's not going to get you anywhere, guys. You have to, if you're going to eliminate, if you feel as though some foods might be holding you back, whether it's food sensitivities, whether it's just foods that really trigger you that you realize need to come out of your diet, that's all well and good. I'm all for that. But if you eliminate them and then you're white knuckling and then the elimination period is over and you're probably feeling great, but then you just add them right back in, that's not going to do anything for you. So you really, really have to make sure that this is sustainable for you. So asking yourself, is this sustainable? Not just right now, am I happy right now in the program, but also, can I sustain this going forward? What adjustments will I make when it's time to maintain my weight? Is this doable? So there's a lot more to choosing a healthy diet program than just, I want to lose 10 pounds overnight. Okay, not realistic. That's not what I would encourage. You want to keep it healthy. You want to keep it gentle. But you want results, and I don't blame you. And everybody should get the results they deserve. All right, moving forward. Another thought is, what is keeping you happy and satisfied? Okay, so it's not just about losing weight, but that's part of it being sustainable, is that you really need to think about going forward. Is this doable for you? Is this a program that you can live with? Or are you purchasing products that, without the products, you really don't know what to do? Or are you, eliminating foods and then you just plan on just throwing it all back in? I mean, if you're going to do any sort of elimination diet, that requires support from someone who knows what they're doing. Also, who do you trust? So here's what I mean by that. If you want to be confident that the program you're working is right for you, you have to think about, well, who's leading this program, if anybody? Is this an author of a book? Do I have the support that I need? Who do I trust? Who do I want to make part of my team? So this is really all about confidence. Building your confidence that the program that you are working is the best program for you. So we need to think, is it sustainable? Is it getting me the results I need? Am I white knuckling this too much? Is it realistic? Am I happy? Am I satisfied? Do I have a plan for the future? And who do I trust as a reliable source of information? So these are just some thoughts on making sure, feeling confident that what you're doing is working for you. And I want to hear your thoughts on this. Facebook Live is so wonderful, but it's also so wonderful because people have the ability to interact. So whether you're watching the replay or whether you're watching live, let me know. What makes you feel confident that a program is working for you? When you think about the ideal program, how do you know if it's the best program for you? Thank you. What are your guidelines to know if a program is really working for you? So I want you to think about all that kind of stuff. Next week, we're going to talk about just another way to stay consistent and stay committed to your plan is to keep it simple. So we're going to talk about that next week. How do we streamline our program so that it's simple and it's doable? You know, you don't want to have to put too much thought into working a plan. And you don't want room for too much decision making. And we're going to talk about a little bit more about why next week. So guys, if you like what you hear, if you're interested in another free challenge, it's coming at you in November. It is the Fit and Healthy for the Holidays challenge. You know what? Thanksgiving is around the corner. Of course, we start with Halloween. We go right into Thanksgiving, and then we move on into the holidays. And the question is, how do you want to feel over the holidays? Do you want to feel and look your best in that little black dress? Do you want to feel and look your best over your holiday vacation on the beach? How do you really want to feel? What are your New Year's resolutions going to be? Are you going to be feeling horrible and having to make New Year's resolutions because you're really down on yourself? Or are you going to approach the new year with confidence? Think about it. The next challenge is a free 5-day challenge coming at you in November, and it's Fit and Healthy for the Holidays. And all you have to do is click on the link in this post to join. It does require registration, and this one is going to be primarily done through newsletter. There'll be videos, there'll be posts, and then we will have time for Facebook Live interaction with me. So go ahead, click the link in this post to register for my newsletter and also for Fit and Healthy for the Holidays. So guys, I'll see you next Tuesday. We'll talk about keeping it simple so that we can stay committed to our plan. And I want to hear from you. What makes you feel confident that your plan is the best for you? Whether or not you're on a plan that you're loving or not, what's your ideal plan? What kind of guidelines do you use that help you feel your best? All right, have a great Thursday, everybody, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.